What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be my update video for the end of this month, which is March. We are really close to the beginning month of April. Can't believe that it's going by pretty fast. I haven't bought a lot of stuff music wise because I've bought a ton of films on Blu-Ray, as well as a few DVD box sets that are available to show for this video. I was originally going to be doing my anniversary video because my channel turned 16 years old on the 14th, but that didn't happen because I've been in London with my brother for 2 days. We went there to meet up with one of our friends. We've been to 2 different places. The first one being the beautiful, classic and gorgeous giant beast of a venue that is the Royal Albert Hall. And then the second, on the next day, was the location of the Abbey Road crossing, which made me so happy. 2 different things checked off the list. We've been to the Abbey Road shop after the crossing, and we went to HMV. So that's why I wasn't there at the time to make that video. Before I get started, I'm going to show off 2 different Pink Floyd t-shirts because I've bought them prior to the travel to London. So the first one is a different art style take on the album cover for the Division Bell. I like that idea of the paint that started to run at the bottom there. I love the artwork of the Division Bell and the different versions of the photographs that were taken of the 2 metal heads. So that is that one, and the other one is the actual album cover of Pink Floyd's Animals. I know some of you guys have not known this, but my favourite album cover of all time is the Animals artwork. If you look at the big, whole, full photograph of the Battersea Power Station, as well as with a lot more of the view that was shot on camera, I adored that Animals artwork that I decided to pick it up. I've bought a different artwork shirt of the Division Bell and a similar artwork of Wish You Were Here for my brother as well. Let's get started with the Abbey Road shop purchases first. So the first one is the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's 2 CD anniversary edition. Sorry for the instant sun lighting change there. I bought this because I thought it would be great to see it as a smaller companion piece for the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's. I do have the box set, and obviously I also decided to buy this for the Sgt. Pepper collection and for the Beatles as well. The second disc contains a few different instrumental takes on some of the songs, and the second disc also includes Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane, as well as the different takes throughout the album's creation. The next one is The Little Guide to John Lennon, this unofficial and unauthorized printed in Dubai book. A few chapters made book of multiple quotes from what Lennon said throughout his time in the Beatles and through his life. Lots of these quotes have been printed through the multiple amounts of interviews around the time. So I thought this would be nice to be included for my John Lennon collection. The only record I've picked up is Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon live at Wembley 1974. Now I'm going to be saying something that is going to be quite controversial. Pink Floyd sounded great on this live album, and they've extended some of the songs to go on quite longer and improvise. But I did not care for this live version of The Great Gig in the Sky. the vocals were quite all over the place for me. The backing vocalist sounded great as well, but I don't like this version of that track as much as the Pulse live version from the 90s in the Division Bell era. The sound of this live album is excellent. What I really liked is the idea of having these early drafts and multiple notes of the idea for the album artwork. It's a great touch, awesome idea. And also, when the 50th anniversary of The Dark Side of the Moon came out, I was not keen on buying the box set at all. This was the only thing that was, for me, the most interesting part about it. I thought the anniversary box sets, the biggest rehash of any album anniversary. I know that is going to be quite a shock for you guys to hear that. But this live album of The Dark Side of the Moon is still one that I would definitely recommend. Now on to the Blu-Rays and a few DVD box sets. I'll start off with the Blu-Rays first. The first two are well praised, highly positive received films of Dune Part 1 and Part 2. I have not seen these yet, but I was always so curious to check out these two films. So if you guys have seen these, let me know what you think of them. The next one is Saw 10. I agree with the fans. This is the strongest and best Saw film in years. I also did decide to watch the original Saw franchise from Saw 1 and Saw 10 included all the way through. I am a fan of the Saw franchise. Saw 5 to me is below average, not a great sequel, but Saw, the final chapter, the last one, in the original franchise, that was very, very bad. I hated it. I could have hated Saw 5, but Saw 5 did have moments, but it's still one of my very least favourite Saw films. But Saw, the final chapter, that was just atrocious. To conclude what was then an original horror franchise. I also need to check out Jigsaw. I did get the Blu-ray box set of the franchise that does include Jigsaw, the one that didn't have Spiral at the time because that wasn't made. I'm not going to bother with Spiral because that one didn't have any interest in me. The next one is a film that was as highly praised, although some people didn't like this film. Longlegs with Nicolas Cage. And I saw this quote at the back. It says, "The best serial killer horror film since Silence of the Lambs." I don't know about that. I need to check this film out. But comparing this film to my all-time favourite film, I mean, that was like the reason why I picked this up in the first place. It was really highly rated when it came out, but I was really into discovering films that have been praised, despite some of the negative reviews and criticisms from people around the whole hobby of film. So, yeah, Longlegs is one that I would like to check out. Bought these two separate classics. The Mask with Jim Carrey. Love this film. Forget Son of the Mask. That is one of the ultimate top worst sequels and films of all time. What a gross, disgusting piece of shit. The Mask is always hilarious. Still is as fun and entertaining to watch. And the other one that I just as loved for a long time, I think this is another 90s masterpiece for, the entertainment and for its thrilling, dare I say it, ride. Speed, with Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper and Sandra Bullock. Just like Son of the Mask, Speed 2, Cruise Control, is a massive abomination. Piece of garbage. Speed 1 is where it's at. So, I will be surprised that if you guys have not seen this film, because this is definitely worth your time. If you are a fan of these great, awesome action flicks, highly do recommend Speed for those who have not seen this film. The next one, The Bike Riders, with Tom Hardy. Besides the ending that was quite underwhelming, this is a really good film. I enjoy this one a lot. I love the idea of what The Bike Riders' concept is about. The different personalities of the characters was also a great touch. Austin Butler did a great job, and Jodie was awesome in this film as well. And Jeff Nichols is a really good director for this film. And I was interested in seeing this when it was about to be released in the cinema. But since I didn't check it out in the big screen, I had to pick this up. I think this is very good film. And the last Blu-ray, speaking of the 14th of March, that was my channel's 16th anniversary. It is also the birthday, to think about, of one of the ultimate top greatest British actors ever, Sir Michael Caine. So on the birthday, on the last day in London, I decided to buy his final film, The Great Escaper. This is his final film until his retirement. It came out 2 years ago. And it also featured Glenda Jackson, who sadly passed away. But I have been a big fan of Michael Caine for a long time. And considering that this was as a really praised film when it came out, this one caught my attention. So, yeah, that is that. Picked something up from Michael Caine's filmography on his birthday. The box sets. This first one, I was really glad I picked this up because I have adored these two comedic classic characters, Tom and Jerry, volumes 1 to 6, the complete collector's edition. Say what you say about Tom and Jerry, but you cannot say anything negative on Tom and Jerry in these short, classic, animated pieces of, comedy and animation history. Tom and Jerry is full of childhood memories. And besides, some people will say to you, like, you are born in the wrong era to like this type of stuff, or like you're too young to love, older things that have been released decades ago. Which I just think, why do you even bother wasting your time? Because some of the greatest things ever had been made decades ago. They are just as influential and classic. Tom and Jerry never gets old. It never goes out of style. It's a shame of what Tom and Jerry had become in today's generation and era, that kids would see Tom and Jerry in the not the same way and state anymore. They should pay attention and watch Tom and Jerry when this was at their peak. The beloved 1940s animation series. Love Tom and Jerry. I grew up watching some of these cartoons, if not a lot of them actually. Like with Looney Tunes, and getting familiar with claymation, like with Wallace and Gromit and Morph. The last DVD box set is the Top Gear Complete Specials box set. 13 discs. This was when Top Gear used to be great. That's obvious to say, but these specials have always been worth it as a part of the BBC's history. Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, James May, through these specials, they have been entertaining and, you know, so reflective when Top Gear used to be one of the best things on national television in British history as well. I know Top Gear was aired in multiple other countries as well, but the specials have been just awesome to look back when the show was, you know, at its peak. I've seen a lot of these already, but I bought this box set to watch them uninterrupted and in full, basically. So that is that, guys. That is my update video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.